When you say it's the most important match, because I'm like, yeah, if Thaiph wins this, congratulations, Hughes. That's how I kind of feel after watching the winner's final set. But Wess starting off strong with a nair towards the top of the stage. You know, the anxiety that I used to see when seeing early Chakram combos has completely gone away now. Like when I see like Thaiph being hit up towards the top of the stage, I'm like, oh, that's just like a damage in yellow.
He's just going for damage, yeah.
It's like seeing like a Stomp Stare on Hammer. That's just what Stomp Stare looks like in this matchup. But Thaiph has taken a lot more damage since then. Yeah,
I used to get really like crazy, like, wow, I can't believe that KO'd like Taro side sig, but then you get used to it. But there, Wess is able to usher, utilizing that soft platform to get the recovery so high, even split finding KO and finding the first stock. It'd be good for Wess to win one. You know, Wess is a fan favorite in South America and has a chance to win this tournament, really.
Yeah, and usually with the Royales, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 people invited, Wess has always been the bottom seed.
Yeah.
And not the favorite to win. People aren't putting him in their predictions to get into the top 3, but he's always performed very, very well. So here we go. Stomp Stare. That's going to not even things up. I really thought he had the power behind it, but no. Gets the slide charge to down heavy instead. Picks up the blasters, throws the hammer away. No. Okay. Wants it. So blasters primed up. Let's see what Wess has got.
And immediately starts, immediate walk up N-sig. Kind of what Flambo was theorizing, for example, on this Cassidy pick is you can N-sig down air, for example, on Chakram. You have ways to like actually anti-air with punish and call it out. That ground pound very risky, and you throw away a lot of stage control, but he fights back with a side air, and Wess on the sword is struggling right now. Sword has become so much more punishable, and Thaiph knows that, realizing you're not on Chakrams, I can punish these moves.
Well, and now that he's on Chakrams, he can just N-sig. And then there it is, right? Yeah. And so that's what's interesting about this is I go like, oh yeah, he can just hold his ground and press the neutral button a lot.
Yep.
Nair gets the reversal there with Wess reaching a little too high, and that's 2 stocks that Thaiph has taken now in a row.
Yeah, seemingly 2 of the best moves and win conditions at Priya is setting you upwards with down air. And it feels like Cassidy not only has N-sig, but Hammer Nair in general, a great way to flip Chakram players going for relatively safe versus most weapons, but literally a lethal mistake is whiffing recovery, because that Hammer Nair KO so early.
Yeah, and a nice knockout from Wess there with the fuse stare, I think.
Yeah, that was fuse stare.
But yeah, it's funny because you think with Hammer it'd be down air, but no, down air doesn't actually have the range. It's fast falling with Nair.
Yeah.
That is what's so critical about Hammer's reversal potential. That down air there does great because Wess is on the ground. When you whiff a Chakra move grounded, it's actually pretty punishing. And the N6 come through again. 3 of those have succeeded so far. Let's see if he can get down on the ground here. Dodges out of the way, stomp, recovery. Does not get the nair afterwards, but he can go for N6. He can go for it again. Why not? If you force Chakra to be on the ground, this is it. This is exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Chakram on the ground is quite bad if you miss.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that like, and this will change in a
next week.
In a week.
Yeah.
For those of you that are chatting and being like, what's happening with Chakram? Brawlhalla.com/balance preview. You can look at what's changing.
Yeah.
What it doesn't have in the air, which it has on the ground, is lag, right? Frames on miss.
Yeah, frames on miss.
If you miss Chakram side light, if you miss Chakram end light, you are actually just not playing the game anymore.
Yeah.
And so that makes Chakram players want to jump and down air all the time, and then Cassidy just N-sigs over and over again. And Wess actually hated that so much that he has switched over to Mega Man with a submachine gun.
This is kind of awesome.
And so now he's decided to fight blasters with blasters. And I was talking a little bit about this with Levstick and some other folks, like and I think with Flambo as well, where I think that after Chakram gets balanced, I think blasters will be king.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be very, very strong, if not already. And Wess kind of getting ahead of the curve here, being like, man, I'm going to fight you with blasters now. And I love the Mega Man pick here because, like I said, while Vem10 Kilo's main weapon to me is now Chakram, I think Wess has been a Boots main and will always be.
It's also really refreshing to hear sound effects on multi-hitting moves that aren't Chakram moves. I will say, like, I've never liked hearing Boots moves before, but this time I'll give it to Wess.
It's refreshing.
It is, yeah. A little bit of bass in the moves, but there Thaiph is able to find it with that N-Light to punish Wess, and Wess finding varying success, and obviously not as much as we saw in the previous game, but I think Thaiph kind of having a read on Wess somehow, like showing I'm not just somebody that beats Priya, I can beat good players in the same fashion.
Yeah, and also, like, to me, this Mega Man pick is pretty crazy for Wess. I was expecting Teska, if anything, but it's an adaptation to how good blasters are right now. D-Light side are going to send Thaiph off the left side of the stage. Let's see what else he's got. Goes over the Leaf Shield. He gets hit away by that side stick. Weapon throw forces to recover low. Can he get the edge guard here? No, he can't. He gets stared right away. But Thaiph's still on 3 stocks to Wess's 2. Finally takes it down from a stare on the other side of the stage.
And this is, I like this from Wess. He throws the blaster away immediately, says, you know what, I'm going to hold on to the boots and make so, okay, well, never mind.
I don't like this from Wess
he's like, you know what,
I
PJ,
liked where you were going, and then he goes right over to the blaster again.
I hope he loses the stock, actually. Now I want Thaiph to take the stock. Do it for me, Thaiph. Thaiph finds it. GC downlight into recovery.
I mean, we've casted enough games where it's like, he threw his weapon away into losing the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
I want to see the boots from Wess. I think it has that X factor that like, the blasters don't.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he can get it. Nair into recovery. Not going to quite hit. Thaiph go dashes forward with side lights. Another Sair hits.
I could understand maybe you don't want to deal with blasters on battle boots here. I think it's looking really tough, but I like the Nair juggles. Kind of what Chakram does if you think about it. Double Nair there,
He's still
but no
landed.
recovery.
He's sweating still.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, this is one-sided.
Wow.
And I mean I don't know. If I'm Wess, there's no way I am playing Priya in a Cassidy ever again.
Yeah, no, this is just tough. This is really, really tough.
Like Ensing is so strong. And this is a character that I think has actually been very good for a while.
Yeah.
And wasn't being picked because people considered blasters not a weapon.
Yeah.
So what is Wess going to do? Wess went back to Priya. I guess it's a 3-0 then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to call it as well.
Recovery.
But it looks like Thaiph is just really, really good at doing what the anti-pre attack. And yeah, I mean, Ensig is such a big deal. Nair on Hammer is such a big deal. But specifically, I think the consistency of having a move like Ensig as an anti-air option, as a way to force Priya players to be grounded. Yeah, it's really good at that.
It's good, and it's not that bad if you miss.
Yeah, exactly. And you're still on Hammer, so if the player's like, okay, my adaptation to getting hit by Ensigs is to play grounded, you have to play grounded versus Hammer.
You think Wess is just going to play sword? I don't know. What is he going to do here?
Nah, you definitely don't pick Priya for sword. Yeah. Like, that's for sure. Let's see, we pick up some chakrams. We split him immediately.
Okay.
And okay, down air into Nair. He doesn't find it. Maybe losing some mojo here. I want to see it come back for Wess. I do love Wess as a player. D-sig, down sig hits there, but not much more.
Let's see what he's got. Okay, recovery comes through from the Nair afterwards, but it's just split chakram damage. Ooh. It's like you're doing a lot of weapon damage, sure, but how are you going to actually close the stock? An Ensig?
Oh, nice try.
Recovery's not going to close it. you got to hit another recovery grounded, and then Thaiph's going to come in here. He's in orange. He's like, if I stomp Sair you, I have the lead. That's what's so crazy. This is what I feel so validated. Thank you, Thaiph. Like, their recovery's not going to knock out. This weapon has so much trouble. Okay. He had to put in like 2.5 stocks of work to take one stock, which will get equalized by a single hammer move.
Exactly.
And that's why I've been saying since max mode that I think that heavy weapons just completely destroy it.
I'd have to agree there. Wess landing with the down airs now, even on the split chakrams. You have a stock lead, and Thaiph, I mean, you probably want the hammer in terms of getting a straight hit to find a KO, end light or side air, for example. But
side light Sair would be fine here. I do think that Thaiph is like he's got to go back to what was working for him here.
Yeah.
Because right now Wess is mixing things up unarmed. When Wess has a lead, oh my goodness, D-light recovery goes all the way up for exhausted recovery. Why not? I mean, you're so damaged at this point. Yeah, Ensig will finally take him down. Okay, Wess may have gotten the lead that he needs to win this game.
Yeah.
But it's still been tough. Like, I think he put on a good 180, 200 damage plus on that first stock alone.
Yeah, and this is where the Cassidy gets going there. We see a side sig instead of the more traditional end light into side light. That actually punishes the dodge in place that counters the side light on Hammer. Oh, chase dodge up there. So scary. Wess drifting to the left. Literally with sweat beads for your life. You might lose your life there for that.
Yeah, stomp comes through. Side light knocks Wess on the last. Stop, Sair, weapon throw.
The deepest down light you could ever hit. Wess makes it back barely with the drift of that side air into the wall. Avoids it. Gets the scoop on the side sig, and Wess.
I like Ensig here. Oh, okay. He dashed right down. Now I don't like it as much. Sword isn't as punishable in that way. But it also is just like a good move.
Yeah.
Like even before. Oh, he's low on jumps. Gravity cancel, nice. Side sig. That was all he had.
Yeah.
He had to go for it. It was an execution test on Wess's part, and Wess wins. Let's see what he does with the blasters that are coming up next. Recovery? I thought that was recovery.
Exactly. When I saw the dodge in place, I'm like, ding, 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 you won, you know?
And he just didn't press the button. Dare spikes? Not enough, though.
Down light and side lights here poking towards the wall. You have to avoid it as Wess. You don't avoid that one. D-light into recovery. Going for the harder execution.
Yeah, I was surprised he complicated it that much. I was like, hey, Sair's free, but hey. Why not? Show that confidence that you can do that even in those situations.
It's definitely more confirmed. I mean, side air might whiff somehow, like with the dead zone, but
yeah.
I mean, there, Thaiph is showing. And now the hammer comes online, and like into side light. Finally, I think the first time we see a punish on split. The down light got whiff punish there.
Yeah. Okay, Wess is going to carry him up to the top of the stage, but honestly, I wouldn't even go for that as Chakram. Because like Hammer could just be like, yeah, I'm waiting for you to do your 4th move so I can dare you.
Yeah, dare, it's over. Yeah, you lose. No dodge there, but Wess doesn't pull the trigger on it. And Thaiph holds on here, holding this soft platform for DLife, realizing that his Royale ticket is dependent on using that platform.
Nice end light, goes into the down air. Goes all the way around, stomps there, not going to quite hit. Stop again.
Didn't expect it. It always confirms into side air, no matter the kind of where you're hitting the down line, but you have to be ready for it. GC side light into the recovery, doesn't KO though.
Okay, I thought he had more resources than that. Yeah, no dodge makes that really scary. Wess could take the game here.
Nice
spot dodges the dare, drags him down. No weapon means dare stare can knock out. Spot dodges the dare. Recovery not going to knock out though.
Thaiph picks up Blaster's downlight recovery. Tries to dash back from the side sig, but doesn't find it in time. And Wess takes game 3 and forces game 4. He holds on.
Yeah, that was and that's like. That's just any character thing where he dashed back thinking he had the distance on the side sig. He reacted to it. I wonder if a better reaction was just to spot dodge. I don't know. The spot dodge may have been too quick too. We'll have to see here on the replay. But he lands after we've seen like, yeah. He just did the wrong move there. If he did jump, dodge backwards, dodge forward. Anything would have been better than getting stuck in a backdash.
I think the backdash was because he wanted to get a confirmed punish off of it. So you want to stay grounded. If you do like a dodge forward or backwards, it gets tricky. You don't get anything for it. So he risks, risks it there, and it doesn't win. But we see a Terminus pick
Love
here.
this pick. Love this pick. I think it just destroys Chakram. I think it's so hard for them to do the down air things they want. They have to like hover in this weird area. To get the downer to not land on the platforms. Meanwhile, Cassidy covers every single one of these plats with NSIG. It's phenomenal. So let's see if Wess is able to win here. Because if Wess wins here, it's like he's winning on a pretty brutal counter pick.
Yeah, and this is like really, really bad it's really bad for Thaiph if he doesn't win this game.
Yeah, like if you don't win this one, Wess might get the reversal on you. That being said, it's looking pretty good for Thaiph here at the beginning. Let's see if he gets the D-Light recovery.
Oh, utilizing the fuse there to get a conversion into it. That's a 4-hit string. I don't know if Thaiph didn't want to burn dodge, if that was true side light into split or fuse there that time. And Wess now going for the downer. Thaiph has been dodging the downers, but it still puts you in a pretty bad spot. And that time avoids the side sig and gets the down air into the side air, being way more confident on the blasters to punish that one.
Surprised it bounced off the stage. I thought maybe the angle would push Wess off stage, but no, gets the end light into side light, good damage. And Wess wastes a dodge to split. I thought Thaiph would have gone for more.
Yeah, he's been good at punishing the split, for sure.
Every one of these pokes is not really like a poke. It's more like a hammer bash to the head. So the damage really does add up.
It's a poke in the conventional fighting game sense of what the move is, but it does way too much damage to be considered that.
Man, I don't even know if that recovery would have knocked out. Wess puts out that side sig and the down sig comes through. He's been relying more and more on these signature attacks for knockouts here as the recovery just hasn't had enough juice.
And I think that's kind of not a great sign for Wess here, because if you're relying on like the Priya signatures, which are obviously great signature, but Thaiph has like showed like I can punish any of the sigs realistically.
Down air, no side air afterwards. Gets the down air into Sair, bounces it into the dive kick. Okay, hammer, dip down recovery. That's it, right? Wess on tournament stock.
And this is all Thaiph needs, this one stock from Wess, and he qualifies for the Spring Royale for South America. I don't know if he's ever been to a Royale. I don't even think so. This would be a new representation for South America here, and it's off the back of a Cassidy beating a Priya.
Yeah, two. The top two Priyas.
The best Priyas in the region, proving his spot.
And that is a great feeling for sure. Let's see if he can close it out, though. Wess still has the stock to play with.
He
pivots the end light the wrong way. Oh, and then the platform's getting in the way of the down air. Gets the scoop, goes through, stop. Recovery, try to get the dare right afterwards. Wess laddering him up, and it's just like NSIG's on the table here. End light into nair recovery. Okay, that's good damage. The ceiling's so far away. That clash not working out for him either. And the NSIGs, he's reaching out with the lasso.
Oh no, he doesn't get the punish on the side sig that time, and now Wess has a chance. Down air into side air. Does it KO? No, it doesn't. Thaiph, can you make it back to the wall? Down air, side air. Once again, rinse and repeat. Still living, but disarmed this time, so it's a lot more linear of a recovery route. He mixes it up. Down light into ground pound. Is it enough? Yes, it is. And and Thaiph qualifies into Spring Royale for South America. Congratulations, his first ever Royale appearance on the back of a Cassidy counterpick to beat one of the best Priyas in South America.
And I don't want to water it down to just being a counterpick. This was the pick that he stuck with all the way through his Use winners finals match, right? This could just be like the main that makes the most sense to him for the matchup, but it looks phenomenal. He's doing all of the points that I've been looking at and going like, okay, here's the weaknesses of the weapon.